What if the one thing that you thought was too expensive or irrelevant turns out to be the thing that stops you from being broke tomorrow? Welcome to another episode of Gist with Rex. My name is Chioma Ezechukwu, and we're glad to have you here. On today's episode, we'll be talking about insurance, a necessity or a luxury. And I have my fellow colleagues here with me to take on this discussion. So to my right, gentlemen, please introduce yourself.
Good day, everyone. I'm Lawal Momo from the Strategy Department, Rex Insurance.
Okay. And the lovely lady beside me.
Good day, everyone. My name is Doyin Dixon from the Underwriting Department.
And the last gentleman.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wilson Okwesene, Corporate Communications.
Great. Glad to have you guys here.
Thank you.
Remember our topic, insurance, a luxury or a necessity. But before we get into it, I think it's important for us to let the audience know what insurance is. So if you can just, in a layman's language, just explain to people what insurance is about. Because it seems like an ambiguous word, yeah? And it would be nice to break it down. So who can just give us a brief explanation on what insurance is?
Okay, so let me just take that lead.
Okay.
Insurance basically gives you peace of mind.
Okay.
In the case of eventuality of claim occurrence or accident or damage, in the layman's term. So this would be that you have a property, you have a car somewhere, and you somehow had an accident and you don't know how to fix it, or you are not financially buoyant to do that. So insurance comes in for you and, settles and helps you settle that accident part of, so it gives you peace of mind generally.
Ah, awesome. Can anyone else tell us what insurance is? Wilson, are you willing to give it a try?
Insurance is putting it succinctly protection for you. An eventuality that happens, you have an accident, insurance protects you. Plain and simple.
You have an accident.
Your house is on fire, insurance protects you and takes you back to where you started from.
Awesome. So before we get into defining whether insurance is a luxury item or a necessity item, it would be nice to share from our personal experiences how insurance have helped us. I know sitting on this table, we all have insurances, whether it's for your vehicle or for your home or whatever it is. Has there been a time when insurance has come through for you and be like, thank God that I had this policy?
Yeah. I mean, if I could start, I'll say yes. Two instances, I've had a couple of accidents on Tottenham Bridge where, because I had comprehensive, it took care of not only my car, but the other person's car.
Interesting.
And, I've seen it on the other side where, a family member had comprehensive, and the moment she stopped having that comprehensive, and she switched to third party, she had a major accident. Her car was a write-off, and she couldn't recover. It took her a while, and when it took her some years back before she could be able to purchase a brand new car. So not having that comprehensive was what put her in that situation. Me having that comprehensive was not safe because it paid my car and the other person's. It took a while, but without that comprehensive, I don't know how I would have been too.
Interesting. Now, do you have an experience?
For me, I had one major experience. Prior to 2024, I never believed in insurance.
We have a new convert here.
I've always been a third-party person. So, on getting to Rex Insurance, I was compelled by my boss to do a comprehensive, which I did. Follow through. 6 months down the line, I didn't have any reason to claim. So I was thinking, maybe next year, I should go back to my third party. 2 days later, on Mobolaji Bank Anthony, coming back from where I went to pick my wife, and a man just ran into us.
Wow.
So the normal me that my wife knows would be like, this guy is going to come down and scatter everywhere. So I just came down, I was still wearing my white shirt, came down, stood, and the first question I asked the guy was, do you have a third party? He was like, yes, I do. And I was like, brought out my phone, started taking pictures, take crawl across your claims team. Like, what do I need from this guy? He said, I need the guy to write that he is taking full responsibility for the damage and just collect his third-party certificate. And that was all I did. Every other person was looking like, this guy's not going to say anything. I entered my car and I walked away, left the guy. And that was where insurance really came through for me. I didn't spend a dime and my car was fixed totally.
Well, what else can I say? I think we'll finish this episode. But I mean, we can see that we've seen both sides of the coin. Not having insurance, what it will do to you, and having insurance, what it will do for you, the benefits. I decided to ask that question so it doesn't look like we don't have experiences. I'm sure if I asked Doyin, she has a lot to say.
If you permit me to speak. So I've had experience, of course, where my insurance covered me when I had claims. I also have experience where I didn't insure my vehicle and of course an accident occurred. And I knew how the money we had to cover out the money as a family. It was a huge loss for the family. And guess what? I could not even bring myself up to people to say that I don't have insurance because I'm in an insurance company. And, just imagine your policy expires today. Then in another 1 week, you have an accident. It feels like, yeah, I'm serious. You should have done this thing. It was a lot for us as a family at that time. And since then, I promised myself that even if it's 1 month insurance, even though, of course, that is not here, I will do it. It's a no premium, no cover. Even if you have been doing insurance for 2 years, it still does not matter. The day that accident will happen, after that 2 years, those 2 years, then it's as good as you have not been doing insurance for that time. Right. So it is very important that, you put yourself in place in terms of insurance packages.
Interesting. So, I mean, when we speak about insurance, people think it's for the rich or it's for the planet. I just want to get into our minds to know why people think insurance is for the rich or the elite. Is there something that's going on, or how do we think we can dissect this problem or this perception? Why do we think insurance is for the rich or the elite?
It's a mindset thing.
Okay.
People just, as they say in Nigeria, insurance is sold. You don't buy insurance. It's not something that you can willingly go and buy off the shelf. You have to actually seek out the insurance company and say, I want to buy an insurance policy. So that is one. Two, you look at typically in Nigeria, it is always the elitist people who have insurance policies because they feel that what they have is worth insuring. And the young man on the street who has a keke, he doesn't see the value of insurance because to him he feels that they're just collecting his money. But the reality is that when he has an accident or he hits somebody's car, that's when he realizes that the third party only repairs the next person's car. He doesn't repair his own keke or his own dispatch bike. So it's going to set him back, and the insurance company will only repair the other person's vehicle. So it's important that we look at it from a holistic point of view. Do you want to take care of yourself, or do you want to protect yourself and others that are going to be involved in the accident? I mean, even if it's you knock down someone on the road, insurance will take care of the hospital bills. So you have to look at it holistically and not just think that you're protecting only yourself. So I would say in Nigeria we see it as more of an elitist product where you feel like it's only for the big man. But ideally insurance is for everybody. And it also comes down to insurance, to education as well. People are not educated about the benefits of insurance. And that is where we need to start.
Interesting. So what else?
So I think that firstly, insurance is, you're not selling products, you're selling services. So for you to be able to even convince people to, purchase insurance, especially the low income earners and just the average people. The average people are even trying to survive. So it's what is going to be beneficial to them that they are thinking about. As long as it's a service that they are not saying, they don't know the benefit as much as somebody that, can afford to really just say, you know what, somebody spoke to me, educated, and somebody spoke to me about insurance, and, you know, I just want to pick it up. There's money for the elites, don't let's doubt, and they can afford it. But a common average man or average Nigeria, the first thing is survival. Because I'm not saying, see, this is it. You want to buy a phone today, iPhone 13 or iPhone 14. You are seeing what you want to buy. You would enjoy it. But service, you are paying for something that, would it happen? Would it not happen? So it's a mixture of, okay, I can always prioritizing their needs. I would rather do this first before considering insurance. I think in that space.
I think I want to go with the final point from Wilson. He mentioned knowledge. I think the insurance knowledge in this part of the world is still
Very
a bit
low.
backward. We don't think insurance as a necessity, because on the more serious, if you look at it, over other countries abroad, you have to buy insurance up at the point of purchase of whatever you're buying. But here, we don't have that. We have the liberty of choosing if I want to get insured or not. So, and the bottom line is, will I even get paid if there's a claim? That's where many people have the fear. So we have to sensitize a lot of people. So it's not really about the money per se at times. I think it also matters what also matters is the knowledge. Do they understand insurance? If they understand insurance well, I think people will really buy. It's not a class thing to me.
Interesting. So I'm going to take a cue from what you just said. Your last point is to ask, what is insurance, or what do people think insurance is versus what insurance actually is? Because some people will sit down and say, this is a very technical, it's not as self-explanatory as opening a bank account. Do you understand? So I think there's a mystery around the word insurance. So maybe we can just break it down and say, oh, people think insurance is this, but this is what insurance actually is. Maybe in that way we can demystify the word insurance. Is anybody willing to?
I think for me, it still boils down to education. No matter how much you demystify something or you try to break down something, if people don't understand it, they don't understand it. As I said before, they don't see it as a necessity. They see it as something that is more. They don't need it. So, and you only need insurance when you have a claim. So why should I be paying an insurance company every year for a claim that might or may not happen? But unfortunately, the day the claim occurs and you're not covered, what happens? So back to what Lawal said, it also boils down to education. It also boils down to enforcement. In developed countries, insurance is part of everyday life. You're going to the hospital, you must have medical insurance. Before you get your buy a car, the first thing you're going to do, as you're buying your car, you're paying for insurance. As you're doing your driver's license, you're getting your own personal accident insurance. So insurance is embedded and enshrined in the everyday life. It's not here. We're forcing things to happen. The third party that they're enforcing is because we're trying to promote insurance of knowledge. So until we get to the station where it's embedded and enshrined in our system, in our subconscious, then that's when we can start seeing the growth of the insurance industry. And that's where we need to start from. Educate the people about the benefits of insurance. Let them know also about insurance products and services that are available for every class of life. And then we can start to see changes in our society. That's my view.
Does anyone have any take? Another take? Maybe we can just describe moments when insurance is a necessity or not. Can we describe moments
when insurance is necessary?
Yes.
Car.
Okay.
When you're driving.
Okay.
Your house.
Yes.
You know.
Even your shop.
Your shop.
That you have a business.
Properties,
Insurance
Properties,
Your properties are very important.
Even HMO,
Yeah. For your health,
sincerely.
for accidents.
Yeah. I also see for education of your children, it's also very important. So, what else? Properties, basically, your education, HMO.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's interesting to see how, with our activities each day, you need some form of insurance.
Oh yeah.
That you step out of your house to the market. Before getting to the market, there are certain factors that can go against you. With the nice yellow buses on the street.
And they are not smiling.
And they are not smiling. So when you have that accident, there are certain insurance products, if you had them, would take care of your medical bills, for example. That you even go to, or you're an employer of labor and you have people working under you. There are certain insurances that you can purchase as a benefit, for them working for you. Well, if we look at it in our everyday activity, insurance does have a role to play. So I think we should play a game. And the game is, we're going to be busting some myths.
Okay.
So I'm going to mention some myths, and then you'd explain.
Okay.
So the first is, insurance company don't pay.
Okay. I would like to go for
Our new converts.
For me,
Yes.
that's a big myth. Because from the time I submitted my claim to the time I got the money in my account, it was just, I was the one that delayed. Made it take 3 days because I was not providing some of the documentations. But once I signed up on the what they call it again?
Discharge voucher.
Discharge voucher. Took about how many minutes and the money was in my account.
That's right.
And my mechanic was like, your insurance company did not even stress us. So anybody that is saying insurance companies don't pay, that's doesn't know insurance.
You know the funny thing? People always say insurance companies don't pay. I don't have insurance companies.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I mean.
That is the greatest. That's
Check that. Check that.
It takes somebody that has insurance, that has had a claim before, that they paid, that can speak about this.
Yes.
But if you don't even have an insurance package, so there's no how you can speak about it. You always say that insurance does not work.
Yeah.
And they don't pay,
That's true. So I have another myth. Insurance is expensive.
That's not true.
No, that's not true. Okay, of course, because you know that we have some insurance packages that are compulsory. You can't change it. It is regulatory rate and the likes. And I think that for insurance packages or products, the only one that might seemingly look expensive will be the motor. And we know the way, the exposure that we have with respect to accident and all of those things. And in fact, the fact that there are a lot of, how will I call it, cars are expensive, inflation and everything. So I think it's just normal in that regard, based on the regulatory rate. However, for the other class of business, as in, like shinkini money like this,
but
for your premium.
Even speaking of that, we forget that there's something called microinsurance, where you can get policies as low as 1,000, 1,500. Even the third party we're talking about. If everybody in the country, if we all have at least a third party, we will go around settling claims for each other on behalf of each other. If I hit you, I know that you have third party. I say call your insurance company. If you hit me, I know you have third party. So it's like it's a circle, So I think insurance is cheap.
And we can even put it in the context of numbers. Put numbers into it.
Yeah.
Assuming you buy a car for 10 million. And your premium, which is 5%, will be 500,000.
Yes, no.
If peradventure the car is stolen, you get 10 million naira back. How expensive is that?
It's very cheap, man. Again, you can speak to your insurance. It's okay, I can't pay this money at once. How about we come to a payment plan.
Yeah.
That is also available.
Very easy.
Okay. I have 2 more myths that we're going to bust. The first one is only old people need insurance. Is that true?
No. I'll say no. That's one of the greatest fallacies of life. I mean, nowadays there are a lot of insurance products that are targeting basically the young ones. Phone and gadget insurance. We have a very young population. Everybody is digital right now. Everybody's on the internet. So we have policies that cover those their devices. You have insurance policies for medium and small scale enterprises. And those are basically the young ones who decided not to work for anybody and want to go on their own. So do have insurance policies for that. So that's a big myth.
Okay. For me, at least, you can see my hair. I'm not old now.
I need the insurance.
And I need insurance.
Yeah.
I got one, so I don't think that's true.
There's insurance for everybody.
Yeah.
Even children, babies, they have insurances for them. And if you don't know, you'd ask. If you are not sure on what insurance policy to take, you can pick up the phone and call an insurance company to say, I want insurance. What insurances do you have available for me to take? You can explain your situation and somebody will definitely. So sometimes we forget that we are risk advisors in insurance, and we have the expertise to advise people on the kind of insurance that they want. So if you are not sure of what to take, I'm sure you can reach out to us. And then the final myth is insurance is complicated and only for experts.
No.
Yes or no?
No.
I think that was before now, where people were not really aware of insurance itself. But even right now, insurance has been presented to the world to be very simple in terms of even the wordings of, let's say, the policy document and the certificate and all. So you are knowing, as a layman, you know exactly what statement A means, what statement B means. Unlike before, of course,
Yeah, when
there's so many.
They'll say they'll hide it in the small print.
Tiny print, yeah.
Exactly. So I don't think that's very false. That's false.
So, to our audience and to our listeners, insurance is easy now. If you pick up the document, you should be able to understand. And in a situation where you don't understand, you can call for explanation.
You do Google is your friend.
University of Google. So, as we wrap up, I'd like to ask each and every one of us, if you could recommend just one insurance cover that every Nigerian should take, what will it be and why? So I'll start with Lawal.
For me, it would be the householder or homeowner insurance, where the landlord or even the tenant get to protect. Okay, for the landlord, you protect your house. You can protect your house, the building, and the content. And for the tenant, you can also protect the content. Now, you can't protect the house. You're not the owner. You can only protect the content. So the householder insurance will be my go-to.
Interesting. How about you, Joy?
Okay, so for me, I think I would do personal accident. And the reason why is I think quite a number of people will focus on the other, the very common one like motor. But for personal accident, it covers you when you have injury or damage. No injury, of course, accidents as it pertains to your body while maybe moving from. So I think I would do personal accident. And also not just personal accident, because it covers just one person, an individual. If you have like group of persons, like association, you can do group personal accidents for them. We have a lot of them.
Even your family.
Even your family can do that for them, depending on what you want. So I would do it.
How about you, Wilson?
I'll go with motor insurance.
The most popular one.
Yeah, the most popular, and also something that the government is enforcing. Stop that. Now, for a lot of insurance companies and for us at Rex, we have variants of our third party of photo insurance policies. So for any cadre of people, we have something for you. We have third party, we have third party bronze, we have silver, we have gold, we have comprehensive. We have a product for every class of society. So whatever you belong, we have something that will fit your circumstances.
Absolutely.
So I'll go with third party.
For me, everybody is turning into a farmer now. Plant your crop. And we have the agric insurance. If you're a farmer and you have large hectares of land or acres or plots, anyone, we have policies that can take care of those things that you've planted. Even as far as poultry, the livestock, we have various agric insurance policies that can cater to that. So on a final note, I'm going to wrap up by saying that insurance is not about expecting the bad. It is about protecting the thing that you worked hard for to acquire and to build. So if you want an insurance policy or you don't know an insurance policy that you want to buy, pick up your phone and call an insurer today. Thank you so much, guys, on today's episode of Gist with Rex. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.